but I want to hear about your grand idea that you have like 20,000 pages of notes about.
All right, so I'm not gonna. I titled mine as a title. I thought of like a
Oh,
trailer.
cool.
Like I went all out. I sat at my desk for like 2 or 3 hours and did nothing but research and just um starts. It's for three. It's for three, but like a weird mixture of if they would have remastered three with four.
Okay.
Um, it has themes of exploration and journey. Like that's the big thing of the whole thing.
It's to explore.
It's to explore. Three Dog makes an announcement over GNR. Some reports are saying that someone or something is headed down the river in a large, either white or silver boat-like thing with the letters S, A, and N on them, and are totally. Some people are saying that the letters are in this combination or that combination. But the reports they differ. Last seen south of the Super Duper Mart. It does not tell you exactly where to go. You have to go find
You have
it.
to go find it.
Yeah. You find a large part of what seems to be like a large metal piece floating down the river. I'm not going to tell you the big thing about it. I'm going to let you get eased into it.
Okay.
You meet a young kid that's inside of like this weird boat thing. His name is I couldn't pick on Buzz or Edward.
I like Buzz.
He's worried about his home of Kennedy.
Kennedy?
Do you see where your dad came in? And he explains to you he's from the old Gulf Commonwealth.
The old Gulf.
Yeah.
Where's that?
There's also I have a little description. I have a little piece of thing here. Let me see if I can get it properly. If it'll focus. That's the little boat that he's in. I'm just going to tell you because I feel like a lot of this is missed if you don't know it.
Okay.
The DLC is called The Great Space Race.
The Great Space Race?
Yeah. So the kid's full name is Buzz.
Because Buzz
Jimison.
Aldrin.
Is Buzz Jimison. Okay, so hear me out. You find him at Willem's Wharf with Grandma Sparkle, and she's trying to get him to eat, and he keeps saying no. He needs to get to the Museum of Technology to find out the history of his home. His mother's name is Sally Jimison. The first woman in space was Sally Ride. The first black woman in space name was Mae Jemison.
That's a really nice nod.
Thanks. And then I have dialogue trees written.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy
I wrote
shit.
5 pages of notes of dialogue options.
My chair is dying.
I drew a little picture of him. It's not great. Let me see if I can get it on screen.
I'm excited
gonna
to
send
see
you pictures
these.
of all of this.
Ooh, please.
It's supposed to be little nods because obviously, like, they couldn't. Why can't I get this to focus? They obviously couldn't use like Fenway Park and be like, "Oh, this is Fenway." So I try to make everything as like skirt the line as possible.
Right.
I'm gonna send you a picture of his boat.
Cool, I'm excited.
I'm also gonna send you a picture real quick of him. Hold on a second. I'm gonna cut this all out.
Yo, it's so freaking cool.
So I try to design the boat to make it look like Sputnik.
Yeah, I can see that.
And if you look at it, there is kind of like I don't want to say like a steering wheel. I'm trying to fucking not have Parkinson's when I show this.
Teacup ride from Disney.
Yeah, there's a rotor, there's storage and sails. So he put this together himself. Like that's the big thing. And if you look at the picture of him, little doodle I did of him,
Yeah.
he's got a NASA hat.
Oh, it's so cool.
So, and his shirt is the old NASA font, and I can't get it, but he's wearing a bag that covers it up, so you can't see the A in NASA. So for my dialogue options, you can walk up to him, and Declan, we're just gonna play like we're playing a game. You ready?
Okay, cool.
There's 5 options. Who are you? What are you doing here? Where are you from? Are you lost? Or hey, I heard about you on the radio.
Hey, I heard about you on the radio.
He replies with, "Really? Does that mean I'm famous? I can't wait to get home and I can't wait to tell Nancy about that back home." And I named her after Nancy G. Roman. who was the woman who worked on the Hubble telescope, and that's like his like
Cool.
pseudo love interest that could develop a B plot line later on.
Oh, neat.
So then that opens up to another line of dialogue. The only options you have after that are. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm sorry. So after you say, "Hey, you're famous on the radio," you can go back and ask any of the 4 questions from before.
Okay, so can you repeat those, please?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Where are you from? And are you lost? Are you lost, kid?
Um, who are you?
The name's Buzz. The name's Buzz, the Star Boy.
Buzz the Starboy. I like that.
And then there are after that it opened. You can go back. I guess you can go back and ask the same questions again. But I kind of wrote it like almost like linear because I don't
Yeah.
really understand how they write dialogue. So yeah, you could ask those same questions again. Yeah, actually, because I have written off because I have it written down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dies off and 1 dies off. So you can ask those same questions again, so you can get where you need to be.
Okay, so where are you from?
Where are you from? Far, far south, a place called Kennedy, and that's 3. So that opens up new dialogue options. You can now ask. You can now only ask Kennedy, "What are you doing so far north?"
Kennedy, what are you doing so far north?
So the answer to that is, I need to get to the Museum of Technology. And the only question you could ask after that is the Museum of Technology. Why?
The Museum of Technology. Why?
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it like... It's my first time trying to write a quest. Give me a break. So he says, we need to find out more information about Kennedy. We're in danger. Which then opens up to... well, why don't you tell me about yourself? What kind of danger, kid?
Well, why don't you tell me about yourself?
Yeah, hold on. Or what answers are you looking for in the Museum of Tech? So
are those 3 choices?
Yeah, those are 3 separate choices.
Wait, what was the third one?
The first one was, what can you tell me about yourself? What kind of danger are you in? And what answers are you looking for at the Museum of Tech?
What answers are you looking for at the Museum of Technology?
In the before times, the cosmonauts and the American astronauts were in a great race to see who got to the moon first, and the astronauts won, but we don't know how, and we need to find out that information. I'm just going to read them all. The what kind of danger are you in is the cosmonauts. They sent a signal saying that they're coming to stop us from discovering the outer realms. And what can you tell me about yourself is, my name is Buzz from Kennedy, and my people are in trouble. The Museum of Tech has the answers we need. So after that, I have... How did I write this out? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Oh, so then you can ask, and what are you here for? And it gives you a previous answer. Because you ever like do that in Fallout where you ask a different question, but gives you like the same answer?
Yeah.
Like in 3 or New Vegas?
They do honestly write it very cleverly.
No, they do, but it always kind of like comes back to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you plan to stop them? In the Museum of Natural Technology, they have the answers. Use a previous answer that I've already given. Well, you know what, kid? I've got nothing else going on. I might as well help you. Really, Mr. and/or lady? And then, what was that? 5, 6? Oh, I'm sorry. That's 6. And then, so this is question 7, like line 7.
Mm-hmm.
You could either say, like, are you really going to help me? You could say, yeah, sure, kid. Actually, no, I'm kind of busy right now. Sure, for a price. And, wait, can you answer some questions first that go back to you asking more questions that you might have missed out on?
Oh, okay.
If you say yes to him helping, like, just right away, like, sure, kid, I'll help you. He goes, oh, boy, thanks so much. And then he gives you a tattered NASA hat.
Oh, cool.
And there's no other way to get it. I want to show early on that consequences, every action has a consequence. If you miss this hat, there's no way to get another one.
Cool.
You can say, actually, no, I'm kind of busy. Okay. Well, let me know if your schedule freezes up. Sure, for a price. Well, I only have about 35 caps on me right now, but I bet Mama can give you some more money when we get back. He's like 10. Forgot to mention. He's like a 10-year-old kid. Yeah,
I figured he was like 10 to 15.
Yeah. And wait, can you answer some questions first? And he goes, sure, what do you want to know? You then take Buzz through the museum as you fight off super mutants and other abominations. He will shoot with you, even though he's a kid. He does have a fighting animation. He has a 32 caliber pistol, and I drew this, but I didn't do a great job, and I'm still going to show you.
Mhm.
He has a 32 caliber pistol that he found an old branded Captain Cosmos blaster.
Wow.
Right?
That's
It's
pretty fucking
a
rad.
Captain Cosmos branded Jangles the Moon Monkey official blaster toy that he'd like fit the shell of the toy around his gun.
That's pretty fucking cool.
So on the end, like where you would think like the business end of the gun is,
Hmm.
where the toy would kind of like taper off into a ball. It's all fucking like black, and there's soot and everything on the end of it. And on the gun, it says like Jangles the Moon Monkey, and he's like on a rocket. Let me send you a picture. I just took a picture.
Please, that'd be so. I do want to see this.
It's a shitty little doodle, and I showed it in the thing. But what do you think about that?
I like it.
So he finds a terminal or a Zax compute. He'll find a terminal or a Zax computer or something with all of the museum's information on it. Everything.
Wow.
Right?
Awesome.
Like generations of information. Like stupid amounts of like this is gold.
Oh yeah.
Like he has a holotape that he can back up most of the files onto. You get him back to Wilhelm's Wharf. Once the quest starts, Buzz can become a companion that can die.
Okay, kid can die.
The kid can die, but he's also a child companion, right?
Mm-hmm.
He grows to like you a bit and then offers to take you to Kennedy. And I have a map. This is the map of Kennedy. I tried to make it look stylized, and I tried to write Kennedy in the old NASA font. I'm gonna send you the map in a minute. Everything that's like checked out, like there's like a cross mark, is water, and anything that's black is either some sort of a landmass that is not natural, that is used for some sort of transportation.
Okay.
I tried to make it all stylized, make it look like blood was running down it, or somebody painted it quick, and I used a paint marker, but I fucking forgot how paint markers work.
Did it like bleed outward?
Well, kind of. It did it in like a good way and a bad way. You'll see it, and you'll see where my mind was at.
Ah.
But, there we go. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's like the NASA landing strip, and then there's the launch site, and then there's like separate launch sites, and then there's a SpaceX launch site because that's where SpaceX is. There's various launch sites on the eastern side. There's the Kennedy HQ where like the museum and everything is, and there's also the Blue Origin rocket factory. There's a Walmart.
Fucking Walmart.
I had to put the Walmart there. Here's something to the west, towards the south, where the number 9 is for how many notes I've already been through. There's a Cape Canaveral power plant.
Oh, is there?
There's a power plant that is a 30-minute drive from Kennedy, from the Space Center.
I'm sure that
30-minute drive.
That probably supplies power there.
Yeah. Buzz takes you to Kennedy. His mother scolds him for leaving. He gives his mother potentially thousands of years of history. Most of the files corrupt, though. She still thanks him and appreciates it. Tells him that the power plant, or tells you that the power plant was hit directly during the initial attack of October 23rd of 2077. The whole place is irradiated to fuck. This place is fucked. Like there's so much radiation that is just constantly moving in this area.
All right.
Most people walk around in power armor frames or minor frames. Now, I invented something called minor power armor. It's power armor, but essentially like a suit. Like, it's only a little bigger. Or, I'm sorry, a little bigger than regular clothing. Like, you know the Brotherhood suits that they wear underneath?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but it's a little thicker and it's a little more robotic. And it was made to work on shuttles, and it gave you strength and heat resistance along with a radiation resistance.
Okay,
So
that's pretty cool.
So it's like a suit, but it's not like a power armor suit.
It's like having a really heavy set of armor.
Kind of, but it was made so people could like pick up parts for the ships and move them, and it was made easier for everybody else. But it's just something that got kind of reintroduced to this new civilization. All of the government buildings in Kennedy were they were super fortified for radiation, so no radiation leaks into the buildings.
Okay.
So everybody inside is fairly fine. Most of Kennedy is guarded by robots, much like White Springs.
All right.
So everything's kind of kept up, but it's also like they're just kind of following orders. Sally Jimison is the head scientist. She's an intelligence build. Pretty much copy the stats from Madison Lee. Just give a higher endurance and a higher charisma. I want it to be very like inspiring, and I want it to be very much about journey and exploration. But I also want it to be charismatic. I also want you to like when I watch interviews with astronauts, I'm so drawn in.
Yeah, like they have like a bravado about them.
Yeah, like it's just like imagine being in space. Like I guess that's what it comes with. You're one of the few people I could say like I was in space.
Like I went there.
Yeah, exactly. Like imagine being like, oh, where'd you go on vacation? Just looking up and walking away.
You know, the moon.
Yeah. While scolding Buzz cuts her off to say something akin to, I left to try to save Kennedy, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Which is a reference to JFK's speech from
the inauguration speech.
Is that the inauguration speech?
Yeah, it is.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in 62 he's saying like I want to go to the moon.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the inauguration speech.
Well, I actually I sent that to your dad, the speech, because I was looking up stuff about Kennedy and the speech and everything. And since your dad is such a massive Kennedy fan, I sent him the link, and I said like, "Hey, this is a great speech." And I thought of you when I saw it. Look how I sent him this, though.
Oh, jeez. Let me see.
I sent it to him the way he would have sent it to me. Can you put that on screen?
That's mean.
How was that mean?
He knows you're probably fucking with him.
No, he would have sent it to me like that. Instead of saying like, okay, new text, new line of thought, new train of thought, it's like 90 ellipses.
Don't roast my dad.
I'm not roasting your dad. I'm roasting everybody over the age of 40.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, people over the age of 40 just don't know how to text.
Ghouls and mutants roam freely within Kennedy, and as
are the ghouls cool? Are they like?
No, they're looked at as equals. They're looked at as equals.
All right, cool.
I didn't get to write this down, but a lot of ghouls kind of go with what Jimison is saying. They don't agree, they don't disagree, but they realize that it's safety. And
can I give you a pointer?
Sure.
Can a lot of the ghouls be like engineers that worked at the place? So like there are a lot of really intelligent people.
Yeah, and some of them are ghouls. Totally. I'm not saying that's not kind of what the idea was, but at the same time, your mind deteriorates with time.
True.
So I was kind of thinking about that, like, yeah, so does your body, and those would probably be the people who get the suits first. The cosmonauts are actually a real threat. You spend a few quests gathering resources and exploring the new mechanics that are in the game. The cosmonauts, they crash land a Sputnik-like rocket, fight off a small horde, salvage what they can to learn about this other civilization, right?
Mm-hmm.
A second plot opens up.
Oh.
Only a matter of time before the power plant melts down if it hasn't already. I didn't really know what I wanted to do there. Because it's not going to have like a second meltdown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So I'm not really sure. Jimison explains how this next piece will be her life's work. To get a rocket functional to colonize the moon or a bomb satellite.
Ooh.
Hear me out. I kind of had to write some pre-war shit.
Okay.
Attempts were made pre-war. Project had to be abandoned because of the lack of funding. The supplies exist to the moon. Supplies exist on the moon for a full colony. With funding from an Elon Musk, Howard Hughes type of guy, it still wasn't enough.
Space Daddy.
The last man. Okay, so this is actually canon. The last man mission to the moon was in 2052 to recover the flag that was left by Valiant 12 to be brought back to the Museum of Technology in DC.
Okay.
In late 2073, the idea was brought up. This is my canon that I'm writing now.
Okay.
In late 2073, the idea was brought up to revitalize the American spirit by making a second space race. The USSR does not fall apart in 1991 like it does in our timeline.
Right.
It actually joins forces with the People's Republic of China.
Okay.
The operation was no longer a secret by 2067. March of 2067, brought to the people's attention. It was a 70-30 split, 70 negative, 30 positive, and thought it was a waste of time, resources, manpower, and energy. The goal was to colonize in case of anything or a nuclear strike. Wanted to best the commies there. So it was kind of like, we're going to go there in case of anything, but we're also going to do it before the communists do. So it was kind of like another space race.
I really like that.
So this entire thing pretty much fell apart, and the last Moon Squad came back to Earth in October of 2077. Now, I was also thinking, if I don't fuck up our own lore too much, what if it crash landed into the Kennedy Space Station, and someone thought that it was a nuke hitting the ground, and that's what started it.
Oh, wow.
And it was just like one thing led to another. It was just paranoia. And it was like, okay, this guy who's watching the Richter scale noticed something that hit the ground so hard, it has to be a nuke. Hit them all.
Wow.
Mutually assured destruction right the fuck now. You know what I mean? So
damn, that's a really cool idea.
But I don't know if I like that one. Just, I don't know. Because it was just something that I didn't know if that was too much or too little. Or that was just to get the public to forget about it, and the Enclave was actually setting it up the entire time. Because there's no way that the Enclave wouldn't be trying to fund this.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not saying this would have been their main base, like how the oil rig was, but it could have been a base on the moon of other people. And they've been there for 200 years, or maybe they've died out, but they were there.
Okay, so there are people living on the moon, is what you're saying.
Yes, eventually there will be. If there's not already, there will be.
Okay.
I also wrote some side quests.
Ooh, baby.
I wrote a horde mode.
All right.
So, I really like horde modes in games because they kind of just let you turn off your brain and shoot things.
Just like bam, bam, bam.
Borderlands has really good ones. You go to the power plant, you build structures and defenses, hordes and hordes of ghouls and mutants, FEV and otherwise, and other abominations begin to attack you until you fall or you hit the round limit. Akin to kind of how Nuclear Winter is, with massive PvE. It's kind of reminiscent of that and mixed with the ingots from the pit. So as you kind of go through these ranks and these levels, you'll earn rewards.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotta get every single ingot.
Yeah. You if you can survive, say, 5 rounds with 5 waves, that's kind of the idea, but I need more fleshing out.
Okay.
Side quest 2, Florida Man.
Florida Man?
Reports of large mutant thing attacking settlements. Some say ghoulish, some say super mutant, and animal hybrid. Optional to help out more than 5 settlements to get more information. Some of the things that people say could have happened to them are the golf courses, someone keeps pooping in the holes, someone stole all the Jangles the Moon Monkey dolls from a store, women's underwear is constantly going missing, chem dealers' supplies are going, their supplies is going missing, but only like the respirator parts of the jet or the plungers for Psycho, so like not like important shit, but just shit that makes it like a nuisance.
Yeah, like shit you need.
Dining room tables southeastmost legs are being destroyed. Flattened sugar bomb boxes line the alleyways in a major city nearby. Corvegas are intentionally being pushed into the water just because. Chewing on people's cushioned chairs. Has a super sledge named Kindness, so we can kill them with kindness. Large amounts of laxatives are stolen, thinking that the pills like buff out.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are all of these things based on actual Florida Man news stories?
Like 4 of them were.
Because I could tell some of them have to be.
Kindness was, the pills were.
The golf course?
No.
Oh.
I was talking about that with someone at work. I was saying, like, if I ever wanted to get revenge on somebody, I'd wait till I know that they're taking their kid out to mini golf, and I would shit in the
hole.
I would shit in the hole, and I would Bugs Bunny, like in Space Jam, underneath the thing to make sure the kid gets a hole in one. So it's the best day of his life. He goes in to grab his ball. It's covered in my shit. Worst day of his life.
Oh, jeez.
You eventually will track down Florida Man. He's a goat, human baby, Sasquatch, pig, giraffe, spider, mutant thing. Puts up the craziest fight ever. I have written down dumb health, stupid power. When he's killed, you get his super sledge kindness, his skin, a fuck ton of chems, and his place is a safe house. You can then take his skin/body to be fitted for a suit of power armor. And then maybe like
You could have
Disney World.
You could have his skin turned into armor.
Yeah, you have it fitted.
Jesus.
Like you'd get like a bear rug, like a bear skin rug.
Like you would just stretch it around a suit of T-45.
Yeah, it would fit.
Oh God.
Then that's the end of the side quest, but just like other things that I wanted to make
That's
sure
so
were definitely
funny.
in there. Constant Florida jokes, constant.
Oh, there has to be.
But not like to the point where it's like, all right, I get it. This place sucks. Harsh, open-ended quest lines, and all actions have major consequences, and of course, dialogue options.
What about a voiced protagonist?